You picked a great day to be here. I have been waiting and waiting and waiting to get my hands on the new Axis 24.4. This is it. Today is the day I get to show you this amazing motorhome. Inside and outside, this is a great way to travel. Even with your wall slide in, look at the room you have in here. You can use the dinette. You can use the sofa. You can get back to the bath. You can make something in the kitchen with the slide in. When the slide is out, completely transforms this 24.4 into an incredible living space. And we're going to do that right now. So in order to take and put your slide out, what you need to do first, you want to make sure that your Axis is on. Make sure your parking brake is set. This Axis has electric stabilizing jacks you can use to stabilize your Axis to prevent some of that back and forth as you walk from front to back. As we hit the extend button on Rapid Camp, we're going to get into Rapid Camp here as soon as the slide goes out. But as we wait, look at how much living space you have in here. One of the questions we do get, I will just mention this right now, this does have the Murphy bed. People always want to know, can I use this Murphy bed with the wall in? And the answer is no, you do have to have the slide out, which it is out. We'll go ahead and we'll turn that Murphy bed down. But if you're looking for a place to sleep, there's the dinette, there's the bunk, and we're going to get to all of that. First though, a real quick tour of Rapid Camp Plus. You'll notice you have hard buttons down below. Those quickly and easily control all the lights in here, so when you need quick access, because this is an Android tablet, so it takes a few seconds for it to warm up, but you can do your lights, you can do your slide from here, you can also do your awning, and then once it fires up on your home screen, really short of a quick highlight menu. Tank levels, lights on or off, your master light switch, your water pump, you can control your climate from here, and if you want a little more in-depth, the next button down, water pump, your electric water heater, your gas water heater, your tank heaters, all that is controlled from here. Real quick with the electric and the gas water heater, make sure that you do have your gas electric water heater on when you want hot water. This is a 6-gallon hot water tank. The gas will heat it up, the electric will take and kind of keep it warm for you, but gas, always the primary source of hot water. There are your tank levels. Next button down controls your slides, controls your awnings, control your stabilizing jacks. Now the engine does have to be off in order to put your stab jacks down, but the engine is running. We'll turn it off as we get ready for our outside tour. Next button down controls your climate, your AC. You can put on your heat from here. And the next button down is lights. And as we get into the lights, we talked about climate. You can also connect to the cloud with Rapid Camp Plus. Now from anywhere in the world, you can control your lights and your climate as long as you have a Wi-Fi signal and as long as your Axis does, which we will set up here in just a minute. But all the lights are controlled here. You can use the slider to dim them. Next button down, a little lightning bolt. Take a look at your house battery, your chassis battery, your propane tank. You can start your generator from here. You can stop your generator from here, and you can, look at this, auto gen start. You can really dive into here. You can set your run time, you can set your triggers. Do you want climate? Do you want the battery level? So you can dial it in to run how you want it to run. Simply hit the home screen to go right back home. And when you're in this app, it really does so many things for you. Control your fans. It's a great resource, a great tool. It's Rapid Camp Plus. You're going to love having this on board. You also can put down your drop-down overhead bunk with this, which we will do when we talk sleeping. So we are now opened up. Now look at the room you have in here. Large dinette, nice sofa. We're into the bath. First thing I want to talk about though is the way this looks. What you're seeing right now is the home collection. You've seen this before. It is absolutely beautiful. Ivory Coast wood, estate gray decor. It's a great look. The other option you have is this. This is called Liquid Mercury, and this is the silver oak cabinetry. Now this is the Technoform wood, a little more modern looking if you like that. It is flat slabs. This is Technoform made in Italy. They've been around since 1965 and specialize in the marine and RV industry, and you're going to get these cabinets from your kitchen to your bathroom and all throughout. So it depends on the look you're going for. You can get it in your Axis. Let's talk a little seating, starting with the always popular Dream dinette. 75-inch dinette. You can sit 4 here. You have cup holders for the ride. I love having the built-in wireless charging. You can take and set your phone right up there. Now your phone is charging. Say you have an older device that does not support wireless charging. Not a problem in the Access. Right underneath there is a little tab, and you pull that up. Now you have USB-A and USB-C ports. 3 cabinets up above. You have speakers underneath you control with the radio. We'll get into that when we head up front. Switch here controls the lights right up above the cabinet. These make a great night light. You do have roller shades for the window to keep some of that sun out, which is important when you're on those hot trips and the sun is just blazing in and you want to keep your Access cool while you are gone. You can go ahead and shut those and keep it a little bit cooler in here. This also makes into a great place to sleep. Handle underneath. You flip the handle. You push down. Now you move your cushions in. You have a nice large bed in the morning. You pull this up. You go ahead and flip the handle. And now you're back into dinette mode. You have drawers underneath each side. So a little storage for you here. Whatever you want to put in there, go right ahead. This is your dream dinette. Let's talk about another seating area up front, because it's not just here. It's here as well. These captain's chairs swivel around to become part of your living area in between this pedestal table. So this is a great place to sit, maybe do a little work, maybe post to the social media sites, have a cup of coffee and posting to the social media sites, and connecting to your Rapid Cam Plus is really easy to do because your Access is equipped with the WineGuard Connect 2.0 4G hotspot and Wi-Fi extender. It sits on the roof. All you need to do is choose a data plan through WineGuard. You can also use your favorite carrier. You insert the SIM card, you hop online, you set up your Access. Now you are online. You're a rolling hotspot. This is also a Wi-Fi extender. Pull in those weaker signals, boost them a little bit so you have better Wi-Fi when you're tapped into a campground or a nearby restaurant or wherever it may be that you are parked. You can also use that to stream your favorite movies because you have a TV in here. And what I like about this TV, a couple of things I want to point out. So you can kick back and have movie night here at the Dream Dinette. Storage back here. You got some blankets, maybe a game, maybe it's game night. And if you're sitting on the sofa, you just tilt the TV and now you're watching your movies here. And the way that this is set up, because you have just connected to the WineGuard Connect, if you want to hook a streaming device or a gaming console and just binge watch all your favorite shows, you can certainly do that because you are connected. It's a great way to have some entertainment when you're on the road if you're traveling with little ones, so they're not constantly asking you how much longer or till we get there. They got something to do. Maybe you're going to have them whip you up a snack, right? That's the way to do it. You're driving. Hey kids, get me a snack. Get me something to eat. Well, look at this kitchen. Even if you want to do more than snacks, you can, because you have great amount of counter space here. You got the cookbook. You have the 2-burner gas cooktop. Real easy to light. Just turn it to light. Press the button. Your propane needs to be on. Now you are cooking with the cooktop, or maybe you want to take and microwave. Down here is your microwave, but it's not just a microwave. It's a convection microwave. So this will work as your oven. You can cook, you can bake. There's a number of quick shortcut buttons over here. And maybe right here we're doing some grilled ribeyes. Sear them up here, then take them out and finish them on the grill. We'll show you where to connect that grill as we head out. A lot of cabinet space in this Access to carry everything you could possibly imagine. Down below you have a large cabinet with a trash can. You have 1, 2, 3 drawers down below, and if you even need more room, look at that. You have a flip up countertop. A large kitchen. Again, you do have some light switches underneath here that control an under cabinet light here, which is really nice. You have this switch which controls the upper cabinet light, and then you have a couple of lights right over your range here and a 110 plug up above. So everything you could ever want in a kitchen is right here. While we're up front, I want to talk about our drop-down overhead bunk because we made our dinette into a bed. So let's drop our bunk down. You can use that using Rapid Camp Plus. This is a 38 by 73 inch bed. Comes down just like this. There's a ladder that stores in the back. It's easy to store ladder. It's collapsible, stores. You know, I'm just going to get it and show it to you. That'll probably make it a lot easier. So let's do that. Here is the ladder right back here. Real easy to set up and store. It doesn't take up a lot of space. This is also where you're going to find the table leg for the pedestal table and the tabletop. So it all conveniently stores inside one of these large closets along with all your clothes, which we'll get to in just a minute. So you have your drop-down bunk. You have your dream dinette. And you have your 67-inch sofa right over here. It's a nice sofa, right? You can sit back. You're reading a book. Over here, maybe you're watching TV. And then you get tired. Then you're like, all right, I gotta call it a night. Just move the book. Take your cushions. You can put those wherever they store conveniently for you. I'm just throwing them right there because maybe you have that made into a bed. Just pull the handle, footrest, and bam, look at that. Queen size Murphy bed. What's nice is there's a net on the wall, USB ports so you can keep your devices charged. You have a couple of large cabinets up above for extra blankets, a lot of storage in here, and then in the morning when you're done, simply flip up, push down, move your blankets out of the way, and lock it right into place. Grab your cushions, and away you go. Now you're back in couch mode. A lot of room in here, a lot of seating options, and a wonderful, wonderful bathroom. Let's head back here and show you everything we have. First, we'll start off with the sink and medicine cabinet. You have 3 shelves in here, maybe soaps and towels, whatever you want to put in there. Go ahead. Nice sink. Storage down below. You do have your porcelain foot flush toilet. You also have your 24 by 36 shower with the shower miser. So this has a 6-gallon hot water tank, and you want a hot shower and you don't want to fill up your gray tank, right? That's where the shower miser comes in and helps you out. So as you turn on the water, there's a little valve you're going to turn. Now the water isn't going to just come out of the shower head and fill up your gray tank while it gets warm. This little blue sleeve over the pipe you see here is going to turn a bluish whitish gray color. When it turns this color here, that means your hot water is ready. You crack the valve now. You have not wasted a drop of water filling up your gray tank. You are now taking a hot shower. Get everybody in, get everybody out. More to show you in the bathroom. As I walk back, you'll notice I have all kinds of headroom. 6 foot, 10 inches. Center mounted 15,000 BTU AC. And what's nice about having it here is whether you're sleeping here, whether you're up front, it's vented, so you can take and shut these vents and get it venting here. You can get it venting in the bathroom, or if you want some serious air dump, you open those. Now you have all the cold air right where you want. Again, controlled with Rapid Camp Plus via your phone or via the cloud. Back into the bathroom, more storage. We have a large, large closet here. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dressers here. Another large closet in the bathroom here. You have another drawer down below. You have a vent fan in the bathroom. Don't want to forget about your 12-volt fridge. How could I forget about the 12-volt fridge? Put your snacks, your ice creams. This is really, really large in here. Freezer control up top. Couple of modes on here: performance, silent, and eco. You can set your temperature. Gotta load that baby up with snacks. Gotta load it up with food to get to wherever it is you are going, and we are going to get there as I head up front because I love driving these RUVs. They're small, you can take them just about anywhere, and they are powerful. So this is built on a Ford E450 strip chassis, and this has the premium V8. 7.3 liters of put the hammer down fun. That is going to pull whatever you need to pull behind that 8,000-pound hitch. We're going to talk a little bit about towing when we head out back. You do have a 6-speed transmission on here. You have a tow haul mode. Couple of safety features. You have electronic stability control and traction control. You have independent front suspension that is going to give you a nice smooth ride. The steering wheel has been upgraded for 23. I want to focus first of all on the thumb control pad on your right, because you'll notice you have a camera button, and what's awesome about this is you can pull up the rear camera, the left rear view mirror, or the right rear view mirror at any point during your trip, and whatever is projected in that camera will show up right here. So it's great for making turns or getting into tight spaces. And when you put it in reverse, the rear view camera will automatically come on, but at any point during your trip, just press the camera button and pull up what you want to see right here in this infotainment center. This is also where you control the source of what you want in your infotainment center. Let's just go through that right now. Since we're talking about it, back home, we're going to go start right here on the home screen. So many features and functions in here. You have your radio. You have Sirius XM satellite radio, so you can tune in anything you want. Android Auto. You have Apple CarPlay. You have a different button that pulls up that backup camera if you would rather use the touch screen rather than the steering wheel. You have Bluetooth phone. You have Bluetooth audio. You have an equalizer, and you have some settings. And in here is where you control the two speakers over the dinette, so your passengers can listen to whatever it is you want them to listen to. Or they can just wear you down and say, I want to listen to this, and that's what you're going to listen to, right? Because this has Android Auto and Apple CarPlay and not RV-specific navigation, you'll love having the freedom of choosing the RV-specific app that you like best. Or how about Road Pass Pro? 4 apps in one. Campendium, RV Village, Road Trippers, and Togo RV. This is where you're going to get your RV-specific navigation. It's a great social network. You can connect with other people who love to travel just as much as you do. And you get 1 year free with the purchase of your new Access. If you like it, keep it going. If you'd rather try something else, it's all right. It's free. You tried it. It is Road Pass Pro. Continuing with our radio, you have hard buttons down below and your volume if you wanted to control it that way. Let's hop over to the other side of the steering wheel here. You have your cruise control, buttons that control your dash menus. You have a couple of trip meters in here. Fuel economy, you can check how much oil life you have left, a couple of settings in there. You can go ahead and dial it in to suit your drive. Real quick tour of the cockpit here. You have a place for your phone. You have heated remote mirrors, cup holders, fog lights. You have an auxiliary start, so in the event that your chassis battery dies, you can use that button to use your house batteries to jumpstart your Access if you get in a bind. You have auto headlights. Moving over here to your center stack, traction control, night shade, you can start your generator from here, a button for your cabin lights. You have a couple of 12-volt ports, HVAC, and down below you have a USB, which is where you're going to plug in if you do not support wireless CarPlay or wireless Android Auto. That is going to be where you plug in. As we move over to the other side, our flip-out dash workstation, the passenger loves having that at their disposal. As you're driving, the kids are back there watching TV, you're taking in the miles. Maybe co-pilot here is looking online at, oh, as we get into town, let's make sure we go here, let's make sure we go here, and they're planning out your excursion, they're planning out your agenda. A lot of options in this Access 24/4. You can take it anywhere you want to go. And when you get to camp, setup is fast. Setup is easy. So let's go ahead and put this wall in and get us rolling. Go down the third button down to slide. You're going to hit retract. And your slide is going to come in. Couple of things I want to talk about real quick in the event that you start to notice this side or the back side start to come in a little bit crooked, which can happen over time if you start and stop putting in and putting out the wall. Like, you know, you just stop because the chair wasn't spun around. You forgot to spin the captain's chairs around, or somebody spilled something or dropped something, and you keep stopping and starting. Eventually, the walls may get out of sync. In the event that they do, once this wall is fully in, all you have to do, 6 simple touches, starting with the opposite of what you're doing now. So we are retracting. So when this comes in, we're going to start on the extend button All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Did you hear that? That means your motors are synced up and you are ready to roll. That covers the inside of our Axis 24-4. I'm going to kill the engine and we're going to go outside and I will show you exterior propane. We're going to hook this up so you are ready to use it. You have the skills to go camping wherever you want to go. So let's head outside and get this Axis set up at camp. Before we set up camp, I want to talk about the brand new, because you are seeing this for the first time right now. This is our new Sterling Color HD Max. What you're seeing here, this is Rally Red. And it also comes in the beautiful blue chip. Now the nice thing about having HD Max, this fiberglass is the same color all the way through. So in the event it would get scratched or nicked, and eventually that will happen, and it's always sad when it does, right? But because it is the same color all the way through, it is going to look much better. You're not going to get a different color over that scratch, and it is very easy to repair. And while we're talking about HD Max, let's talk about the way that these walls are constructed, because we do it in a very cool fashion. We take the inner wall board in the aluminum frame, we take our block foam insulation, and then we take this outer piece of fiberglass. We get those all put together. We put them into a sleeve. We vacuum bond them. We suck the air out of them. We let it sit in there for about a half an hour, and then we gently put this beautiful Sterling HD Max wall on this Axis, and we can give you a 12-year structural, 6-year lamination, and 1-year limited warranty. That is a peace of mind when you are driving this Axis wherever you want to go and taking all the gear you could need. Let's open up some storage bays. You want to do that? I think we should. Let's start right here. They all lock. This one has a little bit of pass-through in here. Now, as we go through, you have 53.5 cubic feet of storage. You got a little pass-through in here. You got a light. You can control that with Rapid Camp Plus. Plus, these are a durable rotocast material, and what's nice is they all have a drain plug in here. So in the event you throw the dirty shoes in here or something sloppy, you just pull the drain out, you rinse it out, and now you have a nice clean storage bay ready for your next Axis adventure. Oh, we talked about the camera mirrors, the side view camera mirrors. The camera is right here, so instead of being mounted here where it's going to get covered in gunk, road gunk, it's right up here. And again, when you turn your directional on or press the camera button on the steering wheel, it'll throw that view right down the side. As we walk through, I do want to open this door one more time for you, because there's a very important number you need to know. It is your occupant and cargo carrying capacity. On this Axis right here, 3,065 pounds. Think of all the goodies you can bring in 3,000 pounds. It's also going to tell you your exterior length, 25 feet, 8 inches on this Axis. So in the event you're calling a campground and they're saying, how long is your Axis? Instead of, oh, what is it? Because you have a lot of things going on, you can always look at that door and know, hey, this is 25 feet, 8 inches long. As we walk down, nice windows here. They are top hinged. If I'm the window, I open this way, awning style. So if it's raining, the rain isn't going to go flying into the window. You still get a lot of nice ventilation. We talked about the fans and the AC. And what about a sunny day like today? You can tell it's hot. I'm obviously sweating. We want a little shade. Simple. Awning. You can put that out with Rapid Camp Plus using the control panel or your phone. Look at this. You got lights underneath. Makes a nice night light. Now you are relaxing in the shade underneath your Axis. As we walk on down, how about another storage bay? And this is a little precursor. Detachable shore power cord. What's nice about having a detachable cord, you can store it in any bay you want. We have a prop set up on the other side. On the business end of the Axis, we will hook up. But look at the size of this. Camping chairs in here. You know that's where you are going to put them. Simply close it, and then you can lock it. This is going to be the exhaust for your furnace. Be aware if you are cold weather camping and you're coming outside and you're running your furnace, that will get hot. All right, inside. Remember, we were searing that steak on the stove, and I said take it outside and finish it off on the grill. Right here, exterior propane connection. Plug in, you set up the grill, you take the steak you just seared on that cooktop, throw it on the grill, and then you cook it to perfection. Maybe you want to hook up a griddle. I'm huge into the griddle lately. I haven't used my grill in more than a year. bring the griddle with you. Do it all out there with the exterior propane connection. Propane needs to be turned on. We'll do that when we hit the other side. Make sure you're always checking the tire pressure in your tires. And make sure you are making the most of your access when you are outside, setting up and enjoying the outdoors. You have a couple of 110 plugs out here. Generator needs to be on, or you need to be plugged into shore power when you are using these. And you plug in and then you blow up all the floaties. Maybe it's the portable paddle board, the inflatable paddle board. You can blow that up right here unless you have the manual pump, which mine is, and it is a work. I'm tired, I'm exhausted before I even try to paddle board. And then I fall off and it's quite a sight. So we'll just keep going on the axis. Another little storage bay back here. You have a light, you have a couple of drains here for your fresh tank, a couple of low point drains as well. And as we head around back, a couple more things up here. This is where you fill your fresh water tank. Put your hose in here, potable water only. It will trickle out of the vent. When it does, you know your fresh water tank is full. 6-gallon hot water heater, that is the access port for that. Around back, a steel bumper. You can't go wrong with a steel bumper in the event somebody clanks into you or you're just not paying attention. Whatever happens, whatever the case may be, going to be much easier to replace a steel bumper than repair the fiberglass. A ladder, 250-pound capacity to go on top and check out your roof, do maintenance. Yes, there is maintenance up on the roof that you do need to do. That's also how you're going to access the wine guard to put in the SIM card that we talked about when we connected to that 4G hotspot. The backup camera is right up top here. 55 gallons of gas going in right here, and we talked about the 8,000-pound hitch. 7-pin, 4-pin connector. Remember, it is GCWR minus GVW. What you have left after you do the math is how much you can tow. We have the business end of the access to look over. We're going to hook up our sewage. We're going to hook up our water. We're going to hook up cable. We're going to get this set up, and there's even more storage over here. We'll turn on our propane. We are going to do all the things you need to do to enjoy your access experience. So first, let's get power rolling. Here we go. 30 amp shore power cord plugs right into here. You can tell it only goes in one way, which is nice, so there's no messing around. Put it in, twist, you secure the lock. Now you take the other end and run it over to the fuse box, the breaker box at the campground. Make sure the breaker's off, plug it in, flip the breaker, whew, boom. 30 amps of power right in your access. Watching TV. Maybe you don't want to stream anymore. Maybe you want to see what the old cable TV has to offer these days. Coax right there, and then you take and you run that over to the campsite. Now you have the excitement of cable TV. All right, we talked about putting something dirty into the storage bay, and you can drain those, but you want to rinse it off first. Where are you going to do that? Right here. Exterior shower, hot and cold water. What's nice is it has a little, there you go, look at that. Now you can turn it on and wash off whatever you need. Perfect for that. A couple of items over here to note. This is going to be how we flush our black tank, which is here. We will hook up sewer and show you how to drain that. And your city water connection goes right here. This is the same sort of hose that you would want when you are filling up your fresh water tank. Simply tighten this up, run it over your campsite, and now you have running water. Remember, when you are connected to your city water, you do not need to turn your water pump on. When you are dry camping, that is when you are going to want to take and turn your water pump on and use the water straight out of your fresh tank. Down here, this is how you drain your black tank and your gray tank. We talked a little bit about your tank levels through Rapid Camp Plus, but this is how you drain them. As we're hooking up, I want to talk about your tank levels here. You do have 42 fresh, 37 black, and 30.2 gray. Put that on. Look inside. You're going to pull your black handle first, then you're going to pull your gray handle, and you have successfully drained your tanks. That's it. So let's say you're out dry camping. You don't have 30 amps of shore power. How are you going to power up your access outside of the 12-volt power? Right here. Onan Quiet Gas 4,000 watt generator. This will power everything in your access. It's going to power the AC. It is going to turn on all of your lights. Everything you could possibly want, like that microwave to heat up some snacks, you can use that when you have your generator on. You can also keep it on while you're driving and run the AC while you are running down the road. Little storage bay right here. Propane, we talked about hooking up your propane grill over there. This is where you're going to fill it. This is how you're going to turn it on. That's it. It's a new tank. You're going to want to have it purged the very first time you fill it. Now you can use all the propane from the griddle or the grill. You're also going to need that for hot water. You're going to need the propane on for your furnace as well. As we head up front, another bay here. We also have the brains for the slide out wall. So in the event that it does not work at all, there's a code flashing on here. There's a chart on that box that will say if it's flashing this many times, do this. Well, you read the code and then you reset it and your slide wall should be good to go. Remember, we did the little trick where we took and synced up the motors. That should help you out on a number of occasions in the event the motors do get out of sync. And as we work our way around the front of the Axis, what I really like about driving the Axis is just the size of the windshield. A nice large panoramic windshield. You can really see the world outside as you're driving down the road. Everybody can, oh look, there's that Luke, did you? And then everybody's excited about where you're going. And then they're really excited when you pull into camp and you set up just that fast and easy and you get out and explore. And even when you're not exploring, when it's raining or you've just had enough and you need a day, because there comes a time you're like, I'm exhausted, we've seen all this, I need a day. You've seen how wonderful a living space this Axis 24/4 is. That's it. This is all you need for all your adventures. If you'd like to learn more, really easy to find, thormotorcoach.com. I am Steve Duval. I appreciate you being with us, and we will see you next time.